So let's start with the UK then, and what it is that the SMMT is calling for. Is this a wish list? Do they realistically expect that they will get all of these things, given what we've heard from certainly from Boris Johnson, and the polls suggest he's in the lead?
Yeah, so Carmakers is sort of hoping that the government prioritizes manufacturing, given that it employs a large number of people, and as well as because of the large supply chains that are sort of cross-border and cross-geography in Europe and in the UK. So essentially, Carmakers are hoping that the government takes their concerns seriously, because they do contribute a large chunk of GDP, as well as manufacturing employs a whole bunch of people. So the car makers are hoping that the government says that, okay, we will look at this seriously and give you a serious trade deal that gives you the benefits of the supply chains that exist, as well as the largest market for exports out of UK.
And this will go right to the heart of what we will be talking about in 2020 with the trade negotiations between the EU and the UK, if Brexit is delivered, of course, by the end of January. Frictionless borders, tariff-free trade, regulatory alignment. We will see to what extent those things are on the government's list, whichever the government is. Let's talk about the broader picture, though, for jobs in the autos industry, because even without Brexit, there are plenty of other headwinds.
Exactly.
And we're seeing job cuts. What's the focus?
So the biggest focus is that companies are sort of struggling with emissions and electrification, as well as a slumping demand. So globally, China is in a sort of tailspin. Europe is not really selling as many cars as they used to, and the US as well is sort of peaked off. So car makers across the world are struggling to sell more cars. And because of that, and because of the challenges of electrification, as well as investing in further technologies, especially autonomy and other sort of connected technologies, car makers are sort of struggling to invest more money, which is why they've sort of tried to cut jobs and cut costs in a bid to sort of increase investment spending.